All right, here we are with the next video. This one is about the density lab. With this lab, we need some measuring tools. And I actually forgot to get one thing, but I want to show you where it is anyway, so I'll show that in a minute. But you'll need these vernier calipers, right? And you'll have to show them how to read those as well, which is part of the learning. So I have a video of that on my YouTube channel of how to read these things. But for this, you would be reading the number on the top. But anyway, that's not what I'm teaching right now. These are here. If you don't want to worry about teaching them how to use vernier calipers, then you can just use these guys and use the big teeth, not the top teeth, right? The top are for measuring the inside of a thing. The bottom is for measuring the outside of a thing. So we're going to use those to measure wood blocks. So make sure the wood blocks both have the same letters on them. These are different kinds of wood. I wish I knew which kinds of wood they are, but they are different densities of wood. There's also some styrofoam blocks as well. So whatever you want to have them use, you can have them use that, but they need to get two of the same letter so that it matches, right? So two of the same block. Why do we do two? Just so we can measure it twice and take an average. So they want two of these blocks, and you're going to measure those with one of these calipers. So again, this thing will be back in the same place where all the stuff is kept. Same with here, block sets, they're in this bin. All right, so lots of different letters of blocks. They just need two. We also need to use this guy. This is a triple beam balance. And I'll show you really quick where we keep all of the triple beam balances, as well as where we keep these electronic balances. Now, the thing about the electronic balance is that they only go up to 500 grams. So you cannot measure, like most of the rocks that we would use for part 4 of this lab, you can't measure them on the electronic balance. They're too heavy. So that's why you need the triple beam balance. So we have a whole bunch of triple beam balances here, back here. The block sets, the bin with the block sets would be in that spot there. The density stuff, I keep it on the bottom right there. So those are the two empty spots for that. Since we're here, I'll show you where we keep the electronic balances, which is right there. For some reason, we're missing one. There should be 6. You know, things happen during the pandemic. Not really sure exactly entirely what happened. Back here is where we have the graduated cylinders. So for this lab, I believe you'll have to use the 100 milliliter plastic ones, which are in this container. Apparently the label is on the other side. Right? Right? Oh, that says 250. Well, that explains something. I was wondering where... Well, there's supposed to be a bin with just 100 milliliter. Anyway, this is the one you want for this lab, a 100 mil graduated cylinder. Okay, so that's for part 3 of the lab. Let's just go back really quick to the table. What are you doing with all this stuff? Oh, right. Yeah, really, I'm just showing you the laundry list of what all there is. Then there's this thing, objects for finding density. And in there, I have this plastic bag, or this paper bag that just says Density Lab. Now, there's a reason that this is in a paper bag. There was a time when we had a whole bunch of coins, like a lot of different kinds of coins, specifically for doing density experiments. And unfortunately, they disappeared because they're money, I guess. So somebody took them, it seems. Anyway, I have in this, these are 25 centavo coins that are new ones. And then in here we have some 10 centavo coins, I think, as well as some older 25 centavo coins, but not enough for like a whole group. So there's a variety of different options in this one, and then this one has all the same 25 centavo coins. So we'll just keep those in here. so that it's not clear at all what they are. All right. And that's that. Okay. So a large part of this lab involves using those coins, as well as the wood. And then the cylinder is just used for finding the density of water by itself. And the last part involves these rocks, where we do the spillover method for finding density. So I've got 6 rocks here for 6 lab groups. And then these metal containers can be used to find density by using the spillover method, which is where you fill this up till it's leaking out of here, then wait until it is no longer leaking. Just set it up on top of the sink with the spout over the sink, kind of like that, but it needs to be flat, so it would actually be sitting here, kind of like this. And then the water is spilling out from there, right, until it stops. And the students need to just let it sit there until, and this is something they have a hard time doing, they want to rush it sometimes, but they really need to just let it sit by itself until it stops dripping on its own. And that's exactly the right moment where you want it to be. And then at that point, you get your graduated cylinder under here. And for this one, you probably need bigger than 100 mils. You probably need the 250 for this one. And then you're going to put the rock in and catch all of the water that spills out. So, sorry, this is a longer video because there's a whole lot of parts to this one. All right, so you've got the rocks, you've got the metal things for part 4, you've got the graduated cylinders for part 3, you've got this thing also for part 4, so you can find the mass of those rocks, since you need mass and volume for density. You've got this to find the mass of the coins, as well as the mass of the water for part 3. And then that guy needs batteries, so here is an open package of batteries, and there are more batteries over here. So anyway, that's what we'll just stop there for this video. All right, too long, sorry, bye.